In this video, we're going to talk about regression generally. So you may have watched the specific video on quadratic regression. Now we're going to have a look at how we do regression for lots of different types of functions on our calculator. So I'm going to start by opening a new spreadsheet. I'm going to call my data my x variable and my y variable, titling it up in the top column. I'm just going to paste in some data that I have from Excel. You can do the same. You can copy and paste from Excel into your calculator if you're using this on your computer, or you can just type it in on your calculator. Okay, so there are two methods for regression. I'll show you the first one where we can visually see the scatter plot of the data. So to do this, I'm going to hit Control and then Doc, and you can see in the red writing above it says plus page. So I want to add a new page, and it's data and statistics. It's not a graph. My data doesn't look great at the moment because I haven't told it which variable is which. So my x variable is going on the x-axis, and my y variable is going on the y-axis. Okay, and now I can see the scatter plot of my data, and regression will allow me to select or try out different curves and see how they fit the data. So for all of the regressions, whichever function I might wish to look at, I go to Menu, Analyze, and then Regression. And you'll see that I get a long list of lots of different types of functions that my calculator can do. So the simplest would be my linear regression. I can also have a look at cubic regression. So if I go to Analyze, Regression, Cubic, and we can see if we drag it up here, we can see that we get the equation. You may have to drag it around to see the whole equation of the regression curve that's a cubic that best fits this set of data. Just a quirk to notice, where it's got a negative coefficient, by default it will still show a plus. So it says plus minus 381.6x. That's just minus 381.6x. Okay, and if I have another look, I can show multiple on the same graph. So maybe I want to look at, I don't know, a power regression. So, and then I can see a different function and I can compare the two. Now that shows me visually compared to the data how the function is fitting. The second method is directly from the spreadsheet. The benefit of this method is it shows me something called the coefficient of determination, or the R-squared value, and that's a measure of how well the curve fits the data. It's something you may want to have a bit more of a research into for your IAs, for example. So to do this, I'm going to be on the spreadsheet. I'm going to go to Menu, Statistics, Statistical Calculations, and you can see that all of my regressions come up there. Let's say I want to try that cubic regression. I select the type of regression. I select my x variable, my y variable. I have no frequencies here, nothing else to select, and I hit OK. Now this is slightly less user-friendly. It gives me the general form of my regression equation and then the individual coefficients. So minus 6.78 is the coefficient in front of the x cubed term, 107 in front of the x squared term, etc. But the benefit of this method is if I scroll down, it gives me my R squared value of 0.905 approximately.